this video, we're doing a couple more examples of evaluating expressions. So we've been given several expressions here. The first one is x minus xy. We call this an expression because it's not an equation, right? It doesn't involve an equal sign. It's just an expression. So it's a collection of terms separated by operations. We have one term here, x, another term, xy, separated by subtraction. There's no equal sign. It's not an equation. It's just an expression. So when we talk about evaluating an expression, we're given these other values that define x and y. So we've been told x is equal to -2 and y is equal to 3. So with this information in mind, how do we evaluate the expression x minus xy? Well, all we have to do is plug -2 in for x and 3 in for y and see what we get when we simplify our result. So if we say x is -2, in place of x right here, we're going to put in a -2. Then we're going to keep our subtraction, and then here we have x times y. So what we're going to do is -2 times 3, since we said x was -2 and y was 3. So we're just plugging in the values we've been given for these variables. Now we just simplify the expression, so we get -2 minus -2 times a +3 is a -6. So we'll say -6. We'll get -2 minus a negative, or -1 times a -6 gives us a +6. So we get -2 plus 6, which is going to be equal to 4. Let's look at another simple example here. We have the expression xy plus x, and we've been told that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4. So we're going to evaluate the expression by plugging in the values we've been given. So if x is 2, then we're going to get 2 here, y is 4, so we get 2 times 4 in place of x times y, and then plus x, we're going to say plus 2. 2 times 4 is 8, so we get 8 plus 2, and that's going to be equal to 10, and that's going to be our answer when we evaluate the expression at these values of x and y. Looking at a few more complicated examples here, we have x minus ab times quantity a minus b. We've been told that x is -3, a is -2, and b is -4. So we're just going to plug in those values. Since we start with x here, we'll start with -3, so we'll get -3 minus a times b. That's what ab means, a times b. So we have -2 times a -4. So we want to say -2, -4, times quantity a minus b. So times a, which is -2, minus a -4 because b is -4. Now when we simplify, we'll get -3 minus -2 times a -4 is a +8. The negative signs cancel with one another, and we get a +8. So 8, and then -2 minus a -4 becomes -2 plus 4, because we distribute this negative across the -4, and they cancel with each other to become a positive. So -2 plus 4 gives us a +2, and then we just do our multiplication here, so we get -3 minus 8 times 2 is 16. -3 minus 16 is going to give us a -19. If we look at the last example here, we have xmy minus xy, where x is 3, m is 1, and y is 2. So plugging in those values, x times m times y, we'll do 3 times 1 times 2, and then minus, we keep our subtraction sign, x times y, or 3 times 2. When we simplify, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, so we get 6 here. 3 times 2 is 6, so -6, and the result then is going to be 0. So that's how you evaluate expressions. You just take the values you've been given for whatever variables or unknowns you have and plug them into the expression, and then simplify as much as possible.